afternoon, guys. Mrs. Lewinski here again, reaching out to you straight from my living room. We're going to be doing something a little different today. We get to make homemade air-dry clay that we can shape, mold, let dry overnight, and then paint later. So it's really cool. Here are the examples that I kind of made. I made a little pot out of the clay, and I started to make like a little wall hanging, and I made it into a heart shape. Oh, wow, that's a cornstarch. Now here are the supplies for you if you want to take a quick look and go get those from your kitchen. Guys, so let's begin. What I have is to start with is 1.5 cups of cornstarch. Cornstarch looks a little bit something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna dump that in. 1 cup and then 1/2 cup. Might stick in the cup a little bit. Just shake it off. It's almost like we're doing a little art baking today, it feels like. Take my school glue, open it up and put it in the cup. I got a lot of glue here. If you don't have enough at home, I'm going to open this one, put a little bit more in there. Okay, so now, wasn't able to get all that out. Now I'm going to dump in that glue. There's that 1 cup of glue. I'm going to take my spoon and scrape all this out too. Glop, 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 glop. All right. There's my glue. Now I need a tablespoon of white vinegar. One tablespoon. It's going to be a little small, kids. Just a little bit. A teaspoon of lotion, and I would say any lotion is fine. Probably the cheaper the better. Just so you're not using really good lotion, kids, and always ask. Make sure that you have permission from your parents to get these supplies and use them, or whoever you live with. Okay, so getting that out of there. My lotion, and then the last one is a tablespoon of baby oil. And again, you can get this right in town at Family Dollar. And Dollar General as well, so if you're local. And there's the baby oil. Now I'm going to stir this up really good. Oh! I just spilled some. Now this is pretty sticky. I can already tell I'm going to need a lot more cornstarch. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more in, and then I'm going to set it on a plate to start rolling it around or kneading it like you would dough. So you can see I added more of the cornstarch, and it's really starting to thicken up. It's looking a little bit more like a frosting right now. So I need to get some more cornstarch in there. Just keep adding more cornstarch if it's very sticky and it's not forming a little more solid. Put it on this plate, and it is sticky right now, because I need to add more cornstarch, which is what often happens once you start mixing this stuff up. And this is clay that does not need to be baked in the oven. It's an air dry clay. So once you get it to a good form, you can shape it and mold it into anything you like and let it dry overnight. It usually takes about 24 hours to dry. And once it's dry, you can paint it. You can use any kind of paint, tempera paint. You could even use watercolor paint on it. You could also use acrylic paint. So you could just about use anything on there. All right. So I'm just forming it. Oh, this is just about ready, I think. Look at that. Once you can wrap this up and refrigerate it for up to a week. Okay. So if you don't have a rolling pin, you can just usually press it down with your hands. Now, I'm trying to get it kind of smooth because I'm going to make an impression in this clay with some things from nature that I grabbed outside. I grabbed like a branch and some leaves that were starting to grow. Okay. I mean, you could like cut pieces. Make sure that you are using like a butter knife from your mom with your parents or later. I'm gonna take this little branch. I'm gonna poke it through to the back so I have something to hang later. Okay, sorry. Okay, now I can press some things from nature right in there. That. You press it, then you lift it. You don't want to leave it in there. Look at that cool stuff right there. Maybe these little curly braids and how they look. Dumb, because they do stick. So it's always good to have a little cornstarch underneath the surface you're letting it dry on. And I would probably let it dry on a paper plate. Roll that in my hands. And I'm just going to form it and push. Look at a cute little heart. Oh, you could even put like you want to make a little pot out of this. If you had me in kindergarten, you probably remember making a pinch pot where you form your clay into a ball and then you poke your thumb in it and then you pinch it while your thumb's inside. That's why they call it a pinch pot, because you're pinching the clay. And you can use both hands. And look at that. And there you have it. There's just a few things that I formed. I put holes in them so I can make like little ornaments or pendants. And once this dries over 24 hours, I can go back and paint these however I like. I can even color markers on them, anything. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and stay tuned for tomorrow's.